How's it going? It's 220 Prepper, and I got a video. This one's more of a rant type video, not a normal like gear review, gun review, stuff like that. But I was very recently on social media, and I was on Instagram, followed a few prepper channels on there. I was on YouTube, and I was having a general discussion with a few people from different prepper communities and everything. And I realized something. There's currently a debate inside the prepper community about whether or not you should make a bug out bag or get supplies for people in your prepper group that don't have it. And I've also seen the argument go so far as to say, if they don't have their supplies, don't even bother having them in your group. Survival of the fittest and all of that. And I had to sit here and think about that. And I'm like, that's really stupid. I mean, everybody's entitled to your opinion. Like, I'm not, be all, end all of whatever. But I feel like all these arguments are really stupid. At the end of the day, do I personally believe that you should get supplies for people in your group that don't have it? Me? Yes, I do. And here's why. Not everybody is able to get everything. I know people who are in a very difficult place financially. Both people have, they each have a job and, they make a good bit of money, but due to whatever circumstances, whether it be kids, medical bills, rents, anything, absolutely anything, they're not able to set aside a whole lot of money to, get things like preps. Whereas people who, do a little less or have a little less or whatever, they're able to do more. I don't see the problem. And here's another thing, right? Realistically speaking, most preppers out there are making an extra bug out bag. They're already getting extra supplies. As a prepper, most people should fall under the ideology of 2 is 1, 1 is none. If you don't know what that means, it means if you've got 2 knives, which was over there, you got 2 knives, one of them breaks, you still have 1. But if you only have 1 knife and it breaks, then you've got nothing. But realistically speaking, most preppers are having multiples of these anyway. I personally have built multiple bug out bags. I have a bug out bag. My wife has a bug out bag. My child has a bug out bag. He doesn't know what to do because he's so young, but hey, he still has it. Following that same logic, if they don't have their supplies, they shouldn't be. Are you really going to leave your wife behind in a survival situation? Like, that's the whole point. And here's another thing, and I know this is going to be a very controversial take, but I'll explain it in a second. If you can't get everything, that's not a problem. If you got plans, you've got your group, you've got, shit hits the fan, me and these 7 people, we're all going to meet up in one central location and we're going to go bug out. Or we're all going to go meet at this one house because it's got the most resources, got the biggest space, whatever, and we're going to bug into that house. That's all well and good, but that's a plan. That's a group. So here's the thing. Here's another take. Break your tasks up. Why not do that? It's easier for some people to get firearms than it is for other people. And I'm not bringing race into this. I mean this literally. If you've got 3 kids running around your house, you might not want to have, 12, 13, 14 guns in your house. And that might be for, an abundance of reasons. You might not want those firearms in your house, for the kids. You might not have the space. So, but, maybe you've got extra storage space, for more food, for, things like seeds and fuel and stuff like that. But you're not comfortable having an abundance of firearms in your house. That's just something that not a whole lot of people think of. If it's easier for one person to get something than someone else, like say someone in your prepper group is a doctor. They work at a hospital. Okay, They have, as far as I know, a little bit about a little bit. I can treat basic of basic stuff. I know the theory of how to treat a gunshot, but I don't ever want to have to. You know, God forbid I'm ever in that situation. But if I have a doctor in my prepper group, I'm putting that person in charge of medical. Yes, I'm going to have my IFAKs, I'm going to have my home trauma kits, I'm going to have all of that. But that person that knows everything about everything, as far as medical is concerned, you go ahead and you can handle all the trauma kits. I don't mind delegating that task off. You are more knowledgeable than me. You are able to do this better than I can. Say somebody in your prepper group is a police officer, or is military, or has, or is like armed security and has been for the past 15 years. They're going to know more about firearms and, defensive things like that than most other people out there. Delegate that person. I'm not saying cover their entire slack. I'm not saying don't let them do zero. But it's not a bad thing to pick up that extra slack. I mean, like I said, my wife got her Bugout bag. I've got my Bugout bag. Yes, those are two massively different size bags, I know. But that's something later on. But still, my whole point is, it's not the biggest issue in the world if someone cannot get all the supplies that they need. Should they bring nothing? Absolutely not. Everybody has to contribute. Everybody has to bring something. But maybe it's easier for that person to have, maybe their basic preps and maybe be able to get like freeze-dried foods. Maybe they're able to get that more than you can. Maybe, I live in a state, I have to get certain licenses to be able to buy certain guns. It's difficult for them to do that. It's not difficult for me to do that. I already have most of my licenses. Actually, no, I have all of my licenses. At this point, I'm just trying to collect all the concealed carry licenses like the Pokemon cards. But that's just my goal. But anyway, it shouldn't be a problem. And it shouldn't really be the debate that it is. If they're in your prepper group, they're a part of your group, they're a part of your plan, have a meeting. Be like, look, I know y'all are struggling. You've got the basics. So how about you focus on this? You focus on that. I can handle this. Take up every single aspect of what you need in your group. Break it all up. That saves funds and money for you to be able to get more. If your specialty, say you're a chef. Like, that's a whole other thing. Say you're a chef. You know more about food than I do, which means you know how to get regular foods to last longer than me. Why not? Why not put, all right, I've got a few months, I got like 5-6 months worth of food, but you're, primarily in charge of food, so you focus on getting the food. Like I said, you're a doctor. You focus on medicines and wound care and all that other stuff. You got this job. I've got this job. Everybody gets the basics, but focus on your one task. I haven't actually seen anybody say that before. They're like, well, yes, you should. No, you shouldn't. Break your tasks up. It's so much easier for 10 people to push a car up the hill than one person to drag it. It's so much easier. So that's just my 2 cents on this whole situation. I feel it shouldn't be an issue to go ahead and cover the slack of somebody else, as long as you do it properly, as long as you do it the right way. But let me know in the comments what you think. Is that viable? Is that stupid? I like the idea of it. See my shirt. Perfect example. PETA. People eating tasty animals. Like I said, I know how to hunt. I know how to skin an animal. But I'm not the best at it. I'm like a jack of all trades. I know a little bit about a lot. But I got people in my community, in my prepper group, that are way better than I am. Way better than I am. People eat tasty animals. I know how to smoke the food to make good jerky and all this other stuff. I'm very good at generalizing everything. I know enough to get by. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. I want to hear your opinions in the comments section. This 220 Prepper, and I am signing off.